Red Wings break their losing streak. Ned gets his first shutout in Detroit. Raymond ends his scoring drought, and Philip Hronek gets his 100th career point. It was a hell of a night on Saturday, and we're going to talk about it today.
You're Locked On Red Wings, your daily podcast on the Detroit Red Wings. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, welcome back to the Locked On Red Wings. We're your hosts, Brian Fisher and Scotty Bentley. Scotty is also host over at Locked On Tigers. You can find us at Twitter, at Brian Fisher971, at Bentley Scotty. And thanks for making us your first listen every single day. We're free and available on all platforms, including YouTube, where our subscriber count is up to 115. Keeps climbing.
Every day, man.
Every day.
Every episode. Yeah, every day. Every episode, we have we're up 5 or 10 even. I mean, the growth is awesome.
As today's youths would say, to the moon.
Ridiculous. We ball.
Yes, absolutely. Just like the Detroit Red Wings, who finally broke their 4-game losing streak against Buffalo. And I got 3 words to say. Scotty, God bless Buffalo, because they are there when you need them, baby. They come to Losers Arena.
Team.
Yeah, just beat the crap. We needed it. We needed a get right game. We needed it. The boys go out there. They competed. And they won.
Brian's just the ultimate hockey guy. No, I mean they really should be the Buffalo get rights. That should just be
fantastic.
Their team name. I think everybody in the NHL, and we've been there, we've been that team, right? But everybody in the NHL, man, 31 other teams, when they see Buffalo as their next game plate, they're like, all right, this is our time. This is our time to get one in the win column, get a few points, get a couple points, and get back on the winning side of things.
Yeah, and after 4 straight games of the team just looking uninspired and weak on the puck, slow, just horrid defensively, they go out there against the Buffalo Sabres. They put 39 shots on net, 4 of which go in, and they get Nedeljkovic his first. Let's be honest, a little bit of an easy night for Nedeljkovic, and he deserves an easy night after how he's been standing on his head.
Certainly.
22 shots against for his first shutout as a Detroit Red Wing. Philip Hronek got his first 100th point on his assist to Michael Rasmussen's goal. I got my stats wrong.
That's crazy.
I corrected myself. We move on, Scotty. Bertuzzi had a goal and 2 assists. Larkin had an assist. Raymond broke a scoring drought. Everything went right in that game. And it felt good after just 4 straight games of just flaccid hockey.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. They looked great. And I know it's against Buffalo, whatever. Take it with whatever grain of salt you'd like. But it's just so nice, like you said, after 4 games of looking, pretty rough, to be honest, almost in a majority, if not all of the 4 games. It was a pretty ugly stretch there. The road stretch, coming back home, just looking as well as good and as well as they did is so nice, no matter who the opponent is.
Yeah, and obviously Nedeljkovic had a much easier night with 22 shots against, but he had to still make 22 saves to earn himself a shutout. He looked good again, which is now his 3rd consecutive start in a row where he stood on his head. I mean, even in those losses earlier to the Winnipeg Jets and before that to the Sharks, he stood on his head. He had a plus 900 save percentage in all those games. He deserved an easy shutout win for his first shutout as a Red Wing. And then with his grandparents in attendance as well.
I know they really went viral in Wings Twitter. That was a really nice thing. Everybody had a good time with that. The replies were so wholesome. Detroit loves your son or your grandson. Such a cool thing.
Well, and the other big thing from this game, too, is just Tyler Bertuzzi continues to be on an absolute tear. he was in a 11 game scoring drought, and then all of a sudden he gets that first goal, and the cylinder started firing. In a 5-3 loss, he got his first goal in 11 games, and he scored 2 against New Jersey, and he scored 1 against Boston, 2 against the Sharks, got a goal and assist against the Ducks, a goal and assist against the Sharks again, and then on Saturday, a goal and 2 assists, and he just continues to. And he's kind of a feast or famine type player. It seems like that's the trend he's going to be. But when he's feasting, the team as a whole is better because not only is he scoring goals, but he's creating opportunities for his teammates. Robbie Fabry's goal wouldn't have happened. Hell, Bertuzzi's goal himself wouldn't have happened if Bertuzzi wasn't down low in front of the net, being a pest and being a presence and just putting the puck in the slot on net, trying to create opportunities. His goal, he tried to feed it through the slot. It got blocked, came right back to him. But Dell had slid to the right thing. That pass was going through, left himself wide open. Robbie Fabry's goal. He was down low in front of the net. He feeds it between his legs across the crease to Robbie Fabry. Bertuzzi is such an asset on the team because he's a skilled player, but just down low in front of the net, he's not afraid to get his hands dirty. I mean, so many of his goals are garbage goals, but it takes skill to put away garbage goals because you have to be strong on your feet. You have to maintain good balance. Like he is that scrappy net front presence in the corners that this team has desperately needed. And he's going to be that guy who's going to consistently score 20, maybe 30 goals on this team. If you can consistently be this way. It's just the feast and famine is where it gets a little worrisome. But I mean, right now he is absolutely feasting.
Yeah, big time. And I mean, we've talked about it before, right? Like it's a point that we've brought up so many times throughout this season is his ability to cause mayhem down low is almost unmatched across the NHL. I mean, whether, like you said, whether he's just being a menace to society in front and just throwing bows and wreaking havoc, or whether it's just getting the puck deep, whatever it is, right? Brian the Enforcer knows all about that. He's about that life. Like it's just no matter what it is, he's finding a way to cause problems in front of the net. And I think for as much as it helps him and it helps his production, the value that creates for the people and the players that he shares a line with is unmatched. I mean, being able to go out there every line and every shift and knowing that one of the 3 forwards on your line is just going to clear the front or just like make a ton of stuff happen in front of the net is so nice. And knowing that if you just get the puck deep, there's going to be an opportunity at some point. And whether that goes in or not is not as in it's important, obviously, but it's knowing that those opportunities are going to be created is so valuable. And that's why he's able to play second line. And why he's able to jump around and Blashill can do that with him. And that's why he can say, okay, you know what? The top line has been very productive. The other 3 lines have been shaky at times and have really lacked consistency at a minimum. So I'm going to throw Bert in the second line. We know the top line's going to stay producing because Larkin and Raymond are up there. We'll throw Bert in line 2 and see if that opens up some opportunities for the second line. It sure as hell did Saturday.
Yeah, and that's a conversation I really want to have and expand on because he did shake up the lineup and the Red Wings won. So I want to talk about if there's a correlation between shaking up the lineup and then finally breaking that 4-game losing streak. But first, I got to talk to you guys today about Built Bar. It's the new year, so that means New Year's resolutions. If yours is about getting fit or eating healthier, make sure you include Built Bar in your plan. Built Bar is the protein bar that tastes like a candy bar and maybe even better than that candy bar. Built Bar makes it easy to stick to your resolution because it tastes so good you'll want to eat it, unlike those other protein bars which can be chalky, waxy, or even taste like a chemical spill. But you want to know why they don't taste like chemical spills, those Built Bars? Because they are covered
real chocolate.
Real chocolate. You got it. 100% real chocolate. They only contain 130 calories, 4 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs, and 17 grams of protein. Compare that to a candy bar that has nearly 240 calories, 30 grams of sugar, and dozens of net carbs. It's an easy selection. you go with the Built Bar. And they have tons of flavors to choose from, including coconut almond, peanut butter brownie, raspberry, cookies and cream, salted caramel, mint brownie, many, many more. So make sure you go to built.com, use promo code LOCKED15 and get 15% off your order. Use promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at built.com. .com. All right, Scotty, you kind of teased it there in the first segment. Blashill got the blender out, and he stuck the lines in, as he does, and said, we are on a 4-game losing streak. This is unacceptable, and we just got shut out at home by the Winnipeg Jets. Cannot happen again. So he's like, I'm going to spread the wealth. And he puts the Red Wings' most productive forward as of late down on the second line with Robbie Fabry and Pius Suter, and then puts Vladimir Mesnikov, who, props to him, good for him, because he honestly deserves a shot at that top line with how well he's played this season.
Absolutely.
With Dylan Larkin and Lucas Raymond. And at first, Scotty, my mind was kind of like, what the hell is Blash doing? That's Bertuzzi. He's the one scoring all your goals. Why are you putting him on the second line? And you said something interesting that made it click for me in the before we recorded, in saying that he's probably, because he's the most productive forward and that all the production is coming on the top line, that he's putting Bertuzzi down to try and spread out the production.
Yeah, I think I've said this for a few seasons now. I think Bert is the type of player where he plays, not even plays to, because that almost sounds like, if you put him on the fourth line, he's going to play like a fourth liner, and that's not what I mean. He is going to raise the production of his line mates no matter where you put him. Like, he will produce no matter what, and he has that versatility where you can put him wherever. If you want him to be an uber productive third liner, then he will go out there and he will do that, and it won't look weird because of what we talked about at the end of the first segment, and that ability he has to just nosedive the net, man. It's crazy, and it's so valuable, and so I mean, I can only imagine how nice that is to be a line mate of his and have that on the opposite side of you. It has to be so reassuring, and I think it's a great move. His style, this is what I'm trying to say, is his style of play fits anywhere. He's not a guy who needs the puck the entire time, or needs the puck to make a play, or that has to play 25, 26 minutes to be productive, and you don't need him driving your entire offense. His style of play is he can be a very productive winger anywhere you put him. And this is a great example of that, moving him down one and giving him new line mates, and having the second line then be very productive. But also just as a whole, man, his style of play really just benefits anybody, no matter who you are. And if we saw, the top line didn't drop production, right? Raymond scored, Larkin was still Larkin. The first line was still good, but now this game, the second line got in on the action because Bert was there.
Yeah, you said it really well there. He just complements any player he's going to be with.
Right,
because
that's a great way to put it.
He's the pulling the piano type player. He's well-rounded in every regard. I've said it before, but he's got the skill set to match the tenacity that he has. He's going to go out there and he's going to give it 100% no matter what role you put him in. And any player he is with is going to benefit from that. And we saw it in the game, and I mentioned in the first segment, Robbie Fabry. Because Bert was down low in front of that causing chaos, he got a pass down low, fed it between his legs, Robbie Fabry backdoor goal. And that is the type of thing that is invaluable to a roster, in the fact that he can do it all. You can put him in any position. He's not going to dangle his way through a team and get a snipe, but he's going to put himself in a position to make his other teammates succeed. And it'll be a mutual benefit. If you're a defenseman on the other team, you have to know that Tyler Bertuzzi's out there, because he's going to be coming for you. You have the puck, he's coming for you. You're in front of the net, he's coming for you. You have to, and having that in the back of your head, you're sweating the whole time. It's just, he is you move him down in the second line, he's going to excel. You move him down in the third line, he's going to excel. You put him on defensive pair 2, he's going to, no, I don't know. I'm not going to go that far. But you get my point. It's he's just that good of a player. And, Vladislav Mesnikov on the top line didn't look too terribly out of place either. He didn't
look overwhelmed. He didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. But that's just Vladislav Mesnikov too. He's not the similar production type player that Tyler Bertuzzi is, and I will never claim that he is. But he got an assist on Lucas Raymond's goal, the secondary. And he's just another guy that you can slot in any role, and he won't look uncomfortable. He's not going to excel like Bertuzzi will in any role, but you can put him on wing on the top line, and he's going to look comfortable. You can put him on the third line, and he'll probably excel there like he has been all season. He is he's just one of those guys you can slide into the lineup anywhere on at least like a team like this. Maybe not like the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are stacked from top to bottom, although he did play on the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, he's another one of those players who's just he complements his teammates, maybe not as much as Bertuzzi does with the production value, but he slides in well, and then he just kind of clicks with those guys. And those types of players are invaluable. Yeah, no,
he's not, like you said, he's not going to excel, but at the same breath, he's not going to be a Ryan Gosling cornerback and remember the Titans level of a liability anywhere. You know what I mean? He's not going to be a liability anywhere. He's going to, and for, given the situation, given the fact that you had moved Bert down and you wanted your second line to be more productive, that's naturally the guy. If you don't want to touch anyone else on the second line, and you want the first line to kind of maintain the playing that it has been as best you can, Vlad's the natural guy to put there.
Yeah, you ever need a guy who's just can be a good filler, like
a glue guy.
That's not even like that. Kind of sounds almost like a backhanded compliment, but like that's just how versatile of a player he is on forward.
Right.
Like he can be a good filler piece on any slot in the lineup. Like he plays center, like he's a center / winger. He's just good anywhere.
Right, and that's exactly what happened. And we saw production from the top 2 lines.
He got an assist on Raymond's goal,
and he got an assist on Raymond's goal. Oh man, I'm so glad that he got one through. My goodness,
absolutely.
That's hopefully.
And what a feed from Larkin too.
Oh yeah, Larkin looked fantastic. Everyone really looked great. I mean, we really outplayed. We did circles around them. We really outplayed the hell out of Buffalo. But it's just hopefully it's like a breaking the seal kind of a thing with Raymond. That's like my, you know what I mean? Like he's got one, and now it's like, all right, let's score 5 in our next 7. How about that? That's a tall order, but you get the point.
Well, it's on the cusp of him being that last man in for the NHL voting, which I think ends today. Like this is your last chance to vote Lucas Raymond into the All-Star game against every other last man in the Atlantic Division. So make sure you go do that.
Get him in there, baby.
He deserves it. He's got 33 points in 39 games. He's also, as a rookie, has played in all 39 games for the Detroit Red Wings. Larkin and Bertuzzi haven't even done that. Larkin and Bertuzzi are exactly at a point per game for how many games they've played, but only Lucas Raymond of that top line has played every single game.
Yeah. That's our rookie, baby. Like him and Mo. And if he gets, I guess it might be a little bit too late if he gets hot over the next couple of days because voting stops. But it would be cool for him to get on kind of a heater before the All-Star game.
Yeah. Did you see that photo of Larkin like hugging Raymond on the ground?
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's just that is like it had some like father-son energy,
That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
man.
like
that's my captain. That's my captain. I'm proud of you, kid. That's my captain, man.
We're gonna now that we're done recapping. Oh, you know what we got to say? Michael Rasmussen breakaway goal money. Absolute money.
Straight cash, homie.
Straight.
You know
cash.
what I mean? Straight cash.
You love to see it. 9th overall
Randy
pick.
Moss said it.
Bring in the production. I think he's got more goals than Zadina now.
Well,
let's not start that
You
debate.
didn't say that. You didn't just drop that.
Let's not start that debate.
You didn't just drop that. You gonna drop that and then hand it into an ad? Is that what you're about to do?
Brought to you by BetOnline.ag. BetOnline would like to wish you a happy betting new year as we continue our march to the playoffs. It's not even to the playoffs, through the playoffs and beyond. BetOnline remains the number one spot for all the best sports wagering action for 2022. New year and a new updated desktop and mobile website to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use their promo code LOCKEDON to get started. From football, basketball, hockey, boxing, and UFC, right to your favorite Vegas casino games. Do not wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for the 2022 year. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports. BetOnline.
BetOnline.
Where the game starts. All right. So, you okay, Scotty?
I'm great, man.
I
got the best producer in the world.
We go from recapping the Buffalo Sabres to previewing the Buffalo Sabres as the final matchup the Sabres and the Red Wings play all season. It's going to be at Buffalo. The Red Wings have a horrible record on the road, but they've beaten the Sabres 3 times. They're going for the season sweep, and they've beaten the Buffalo Sabres once on the road already in overtime when Sider scored his overtime winning goal. I said at the start of the show, God bless Buffalo. I think this is an opportunity. I think the league is handing us, gift wrapping the Red Wings, a chance to start a little tear here. Build that confidence up playing the Buffalo Sabres again.
They're certainly trying to.
Yes.
There's not too many more situations that could be put in front of a team to get back on the horse, named Friday, of course.
There it is. Every episode. I swear to God.
Then giving you back-to-backs against Buffalo, even if it is a home and home. Yeah, I mean, like, this will be interesting because it is on the road, right? Like we've seen, and as we talked about before we started recording this segment, like they have beaten Buffalo on the road, but just with how poorly, like the difference between the road and home record is so egregiously different.
Yeah.
That it is, even though we've beat them before, it still is something to keep an eye out for. And I'll feel really, I'll feel really good, even if it is Buffalo, just getting a freaking road win at this point, period. I mean, my goodness. So that's one of the biggest things. And then the other one's just who's going to be in net.
Yeah, that honestly, I you got to keep riding Nedeljkovic. I can't imagine a situation unless you really just literally, you're like, if you're Jeff Blash and you're like, okay, we're playing Buffalo again. Let's get Grice like a game in here. Keep him playing.
That's my thought.
But also, Nedeljkovic is playing so well, and like you do want to start winning games again. That wouldn't you want to put Nedeljkovic in? Like the only argument to putting Grice in my mind is just to give him a game. But like he's played so poorly of late. Now, granted, it's not 100% on him. I've argued that game against the Ducks, even though he had like an 8.75 save percentage, he played well. It's just the team got shelled. Alex Nedeljkovic playing as well as he is, you got to throw him back out there, especially because he's got a day of rest, which he's been so far fine with.
Right. So I'm looking forward at the schedule. Okay. We play Buffalo today. And then because the Flyers game got postponed, we don't play again until Friday, right?
Yes.
And but that's a Friday, Saturday back-to-back.
Of course. What, how else?
And right. As a lot of them are. And it's Stars Preds. And I'm just wondering if you don't give Grice a game tonight, he will then have gone how long without playing?
2 weekends, right? Or 3. It was the game against the Ducks. It was his last game. Or was it the game against the Kings? It was the game against the Kings.
The Kings. So
or was it? I can't remember. It was a back-to-back.
It was
Nedeljkovic against Quick. Right.
So
and then
Ducks,
Grice against the
yes.
Ducks. Yeah,
right,
I got my things mixed up. But yeah.
So that means that would be his last game was January 9th. And his next game, if it was the second game of the back-to-back, would be January 22nd. So that's almost 2 weeks without playing.
I'm going to say it, Scotty. I don't care.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I accept that. And I honestly, I probably don't either.
Nedeljkovic is the goalie that's playing well.
Yeah, You're absolutely right.
I get the argument, and like you need Grice to play games every once in a while just so he can, be an NHL goaltender. But Nedeljkovic playing as well as he is, Grice is guaranteed at least one start next weekend. Like, what I don't see the benefit for the Red Wings unless they're trying to tank the throwing Grice out there tonight against the Buffalo Sabres. If you know that Nedeljkovic can just get another 3 days off and he's going to have one of those games this weekend anyways. Like, the only benefit to playing Grice is just to get him another game. And absolutely. I don't think that there's a need to do that because Nedeljkovic is just playing so well.
The only reason I'm hesitant is literally because it's Buffalo. Like right. if this was a even halfway decent team, I'd be like, all right, you throw Ned out there. Obviously, he's got a day off of rest in there. You keep riding the hot hand. It's not a back-to-back or anything. Absolutely, you just throw him back out there, and then both goalies get the whole week off. Grice's next game will be the second game of a back-to-back. But because it's Buffalo, and it's like, all right, now it's on the road, and you don't want to mess a good thing up either. You don't want to get too laxed and be like, all right, well, it's Buffalo. We're gonna win no matter what. You definitely don't want to do that.
This is the same team that lost to both the Coyotes and the Canadiens on the road. So
exactly. So I understand, and I would probably throw Ned out there too.
You're just devil's advocate.
But I'm just saying, if there was ever a situation in which Grice would start on a game that's not the second of a back-to-back, it would probably be the one in front of us.
Yeah, I understand that argument because if you ever need a game to actually get Grice right, so to speak, he's been
get Grice right.
He's had several rough games this season, just to say it lightly, and a game against Buffalo that is, as banged up as they are through COVID and through injuries and just roster depth lacking in general. This could be the game to make Thomas Grice believe in himself again, but also, you're a hockey team trying to win hockey games, and you don't really care about it's on him to get his confidence level back up, not on Jeff Blashill. Jeff Blashill will do what he can to help him out, but he's also trying to win hockey games in the meantime, and Nedeljkovic is winning him hockey games, or at least giving the team the opportunity to win, even if the team decides to still lose. But
I completely agree. I'm throwing that in there. I'm just all I wanted to point out was if there was ever a non-back-to-back situation to get Grice a game, it would probably be this one. So it'll be something to keep an eye out for sure.
The only other question I have for you, though, regarding this game is, do they keep the lines like they did? Do they still keep Bertuzzi on the second line and keep Nemesnikov on the first line?
I don't know how you couldn't.
Yeah.
It worked so damn well. I don't know how you couldn't run it back.
I live and die by the rule of whatever's winning you games. Right. Rasmussen played really good that one game as second line center or second line winger.
Yeah,
I said, throw him back out there.
Said that he's better than Zadina.
Oh, hold on. Let's back it up a little bit. I like to stir the pot sometimes, but that's not necessarily my true feelings. But yeah, I mean, if that is what's working, if it worked in one game, try it again. See if it works in a second game. If it doesn't, you can go back to what it is. It never hurts to try. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I live by that motto.
And again, if there was ever a game to try some stuff out,
it's against the Sabres.
Be against the Buffalo Sabres.
There we go. Scotty, any final thoughts?
How many career assists does Filip Hronek have?
I don't know how many career assists, but he has 100 career points.
Did he just got his first assist?
Shut up.
I thought.
I hate you so much.
We ball.
Thanks for making Locked On Red Wings your first listen every day. Now make Locked On Bets your second listen. Hosted by your boy Q with expert analysis and insight from Lee Sterling. They're your daily one-stop shop for all your gambling needs. It's free and available on all platforms, much like Locked On Red Wings is. Subscribe to our YouTube. Rate us on Spotify and Apple.
Just do it.
We'll be back with a post-game recap for you tomorrow. Same time, same place. It's your team every day.
Every day.